In this session, we're going to discuss completer pathways under computer science. And earlier we had mentioned the co-branding, the co-adoption of the Arkansas Department of Education and the Arkansas Department of Career Education and the benefits that that brings to our students. And this is one of those just great benefits that our students can experience, that our schools have access to, and another example of how the flexibility under the CS umbrella is being can be utilized by our schools for our students' benefit. So, this once again, Arkansas Career Ed has given us many different options. Sometimes this is not 100% clear, but we're going to try to drudge through it a little bit on a policy side, and then just have a conversation about what it may actually look like within our schools. So, in general, Arkansas Department of Ed, Career Ed has approved three basic pathways, or three combinations of pathways. One is any combination of 3 units across what we're calling the grid, and we're going to show a picture of that. And but it's just any combination of, as you look across that grid, it doesn't have to be out of the same line. It can be a combination of courses. It just can't be 2 courses out of the same columns, or any courses out of the same columns. Another pathway can be a combination of any 2 units or courses across the grid and 1 unit of most other Arkansas Career Ed STEM courses. And I say most other because there are some exceptions, but there are very few exceptions, I'll say, in that case. And that's where schools should go and look at the Career and Technical Education Guidance document for that. And then we even went above and beyond just having a computer science, what we call computer science / STEM pathway, to a STEM / computer science pathway, where it is 1 unit from our grid and 2 units of many other Arkansas Career Ed STEM courses. So basically, we have infused the ability of a student to use computer science to be a completer under Arkansas Career Ed umbrella in a multitude, almost infinite number of ways. I referred to this earlier, but really for latest information on those approved completer pathways, teachers or schools should look at the most current operational guide that is found on the Arkansas Career Ed website. So, as we experience those pathways, Greg, you come from a science background. Karma, you're mathematics, but you're also in tune with a lot of that. The other STEM courses, and then Dr. Gotcher, I know y'all are very strong within the robotics and engineering world, just like Bryant. Let's just briefly discuss some of the benefits or challenges, or maybe if you see questions that are arising from the issues that with those completer pathways.
One of the challenges that we've seen in my district in Russellville, we have a career center just at the east of our campus, and we have computer science offered at our high school. And while both are quality programs, I want our students to experience, not necessarily both, but I want students on a particular pathway to not forget that we do have career centers. And we have wonderful career centers in Siloam Springs and Pea Ridge, and of course mine in Russellville. And so let's not forget that there are career centers that may be better suited for some students depending on their career pathway. And so our director often says to me, "Mark, send us more, send us more." So I think we just need to realize that there are dual opportunities for students.
Well, I think that goes back to our earlier, repeating statement, an appropriate level of CS education. It may not be a student needs to be a completer in CS. There may be something that is more appropriate for them to be a completer in.
That's right. That's right.
I think it just highlights the need for a deeper pool of educators who are prepared to teach that variety, to really allow students to leverage the opportunities that they have to personalize that path. I know in our high school right now we have 1 teacher who's teaching all of those computer science courses. That spreads are pretty thin. We want to attract more talented, qualified folks into that zone where we can really expand those opportunities for students.
Yeah, did she forward that email where I suggested that you pick up the course?
Pick up some courses. We were talking about that a few minutes ago, that temptation is there to kind of move that role and utilize some of that training that I got through that summer computer science initiative and then gaining that certification. I'm as an educator, I'm pleased that I have that as an option for myself personally and professionally also.
Well, thank you for at least considering it. Let us know how we can support that.
And getting the information out that computer science is a part of that completer program, I think is important, because it feels like we've talked about all the flex credit and everything. It belongs with the math and the science, and then we've always felt like the career is separate, but the computer science is kind of meshed all together. So getting the information out that that's part of it will be helpful.
Well, and I think that's also a bigger conversation of computer science, not as, in the long term, we want the computer science initiative to continue being supported and continue being prominent and successful, but we want to eventually down the road see it as a portion of a larger and much more successful overall STEM initiative for the state. And, you know, because that is going to be crucial to the future of our students, more so than just teaching computer sciences. How many, you know, are students being prepared mathematically in traditional sciences? Because, as y'all know, if you don't understand basic mathematics, you're probably not going to be able to do too much under the computer science umbrella, especially on the advanced end. So we'll be back in a little bit to talk a little bit more about the state CS initiative and where teachers can find more information.